Hey everybody, it's Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong, and I wanted to share a custom journal that's going into the mail today. I loved making this journal. I think it turned out so beautiful, and it is for someone who is very sweet. I met her through the channel. She's just a lovely spirit, and she has been so encouraging to me. At any rate, this is the custom journal. If it's okay with her, I'm gonna tell a little bit about the story, which is just that it is sort of a remembrance journal for her grandparents. And for the colors requested, there were blues and golds for the grandfather and reds and pinks for the grandmother. And we decided that that would just be interspersed. And I absolutely am blown away by what evolved making a journal by taking somebody's colors and thinking about it in the sense that you have these colors blending. This is blue and pink, but it really looks purple, and it made me think a lot about lives blending and how the colors run together. I love that so much. There is some vintage in the closure, and I was fortunate enough just the other day, I guess it's serendipity, to come across some beautiful, very heavy gold leaves. So I put a pink flower and a gold leaf on the front. There's some fabric that's got a lot of red and pink. And then we have some very vintage lace, 2 layers of lace. So I will take that off. And then on the front, the journal cover is a quilt, and it's got, again, I guess it's serendipity. I found this fabric a couple of weeks ago, and I love that it has the reds, pinks, blues already in it, and it feels very old-fashioned. Then on the outside, we have a charm that you can remove. It's just on this little clasp here. See if I can do that with my left hand. I don't have to take it off. I think you can tell. I attached this heavy, it's like a link from a chain or a belt, and that is sewn into place at the outside of the spine, so you can take this off at any time, and you could even replace this if you don't like it. But we have a vintage cross that I had in my just in my bits and bobs. I love this charm. It says Secret Garden, and we have the little cluster of beads. And then this is just a plastic or glass, I'm not sure. It's very pretty. I thought it would be pretty to catch the light. And then we have some beads at the top, some blue and pink beads. And then getting inside, since it is, and this is just the name of the journal on this card, and I put the praying hands on the back. This was a journal that I wanted to honor the request for having some symbols or emblems of faith, just a touch of that. And there is gold. I love too that I found this paper. I did not make this, but it happens to have red and blue strings made into the paper, so it couldn't be more perfect. And there's just a variety of paper. Now, instead of 15 folded pages with this one, I went with 16 to put 8 in each signature, and I did make it in a way that I've recently decided I like a whole lot. It's still using the file folder, but I think you can add more bulk without causing as much of a gator mouth. Here's a pocket here, and then just more blue paper. I did some work in this one, so there's a stamp of an angel. Really pretty paper in the center of this signature with the birds. It looks like one outside the window and maybe a reflection, or one on each side. Because we have the trees on this side, it's kind of hard to ascertain what exactly it is, but I love it. And it made me think too about a pair of people and the reflections there and seeing each other. More ruffles on the pages. That was part of this level of order, and I put washi tape on the back of the pages where I've sewn to help reinforce the paper. So just more pretty paper. There's another pocket. I thought that paper felt vintage. And then there's some gold. I thought you needed 1 page of crinkly, and this feels like a pretty sturdy paper. There's a little bird stamp there. And then I put a note in for the person who ordered, just where I had written down the things they were looking for. So of course that's another pocket. And then this signature starts with some handmade paper with a vintage doily. And there's some beautiful wallpaper. I love that it has the blue and pink mixed there. And here's one of the little stamps that says this is an individually crafted work of art. Any smudges, splotches, or other irregularities are intentional and do not diminish the quality of this piece in any way. And here's just some pretty bright trim with washi tape on the other side. I thought the shoe and the little purse and hat felt vintage, which would tie into that time frame. There's some pretty paper with gold specks in it. And then I love that this has the blue flowers, blue here, and even though this is green, it kind of felt like it could bring out the gold in the journal because it's paired with this beige. And then let's see, so that is another pocket. This is some stationery from the 90s I bought recently. It's called Belgian Lace. And there's another piece of scrapbook paper with the blues. And there's just a little heart stamped that's been painted with watercolor. And another pocket. I did glue some paper onto this side to cover up that stitching so that I could cut it and you don't lose any of the pocket, and that's glued down to help reinforce it. And there's the paper with the gold flecks, and then here's a pocket with the gold trim, and getting to the end here, oops. And then I had to lengthen the wallpaper a bit because it wasn't quite long enough to make a page. And again, we have a pink paper that has blue threads in it, which I did not do. It was just already like that. And then we have a pocket in the back, and we have my stamp on the back. And again, I just love this. I think it represents two people in a beautiful way. I do believe this journal is spoken for. I like to make sure that recipients are okay with what I've made, because if it's not what they were thinking, I can try again and it can go into the shop as inventory. So that is that journal, and I'm working on other custom orders today, and I will be back soon. At this time, I would like to thank my Patreon supporters. Without your help, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing, which is have a channel, create content, make journals, and do art full time. Thank you so much for supporting me like you do. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate always your feedback and suggestions. Okay, bye for now.